That you pay just to go and have a class. In the jiu-jitsu, I'll be just playing to have a class. And first day one, having martial arts already. What's that big beast doing on your curtain?
Minding his own business. He hasn't attacked me, I haven't attacked him. I thought about capturing him, but I decided not to.
Mind your own business.
Yeah. Do as you would be done by. Stay where you are. Yeah. Right. Tell me, what is art? Give me your little cube ribbit. Go back a bit. Right. Right. I'm just going to ask you some questions, and you can answer them. And you can look at me, or you can look in the camera. Up to you. Ready?
No.
Are you ready? Good. Okay. What is art?
Art is when, for example, you have a canvas and you paint with some paint, some pens, some pencils, all the things you do to paint with. And you make a square, and then you make an animal. And then you make different types of paintings. That will be art. You are making art of painting, because there exist lots of types of art. Painting, there can exist sculptures. People make sculptures and then they put them in museums. If you go to an art museum, you can see all of these arts, the paintings, the sculptures, you see everything. Sometimes you can think they're very nice, or sometimes you can think they're very dull. They can bring lots of emotions like sadness, happiness, things like that. Sometimes when I was smaller, I used to be very scared of statues, but now now I'm not, because I know that statues won't move and attack me anymore. And that's it really. Art is just a thing you create.
What is beauty?
Beauty, for example, is a girl, your girlfriend, or a girlfriend that you like, or a person, you think is very guapo, is very beautiful. He's got nice eyes, they're very nice color, and she or he, because it could be a girl, has got very nice skin, very nice hair, and she could dress very nicely. And sometimes people could say girls have beautiful titties or beautiful bottoms, but apart from beautiful and beauty of people, there exists of art and animals, and which comes back to art. So, talking about art, beauty can also be art. You can say that a painting, or a sculpture, or whatever piece of art could be beautiful. You just think for a nice place. And talking about places, which comes to landscapes. Beautiful can be also described as a landscape. Landscapes can be beautiful, dull, horrid, industrial. If you go to city, you more see an industrial landscape. You see, you go to Miami, industrial. You go to the forest, that'll be natural. You go to a place where it's sun setting, it's full of flowers, got little birds, and it's all calm, and it's always a very nice day. You could call it's a very beautiful place because there's lots of beautiful things going on. And animals are, for example, we are animals, so that's why we humans can be called beautiful. Animals can be called beautiful, like I call animals like the wolf or the rabbit or the eagles beautiful because I think that they're nice and they're pretty. So that can thing. So you can put an animal in a nice landscape and you can say that's a beautiful animal in a beautiful landscape. That makes the picture even more beautiful. So basically beautiful means is you describing what you think of that landscape.
What is love?
Love is, love is a thing that certain things. You can go for love, you can go for sex, and you can go for other things. Love, normally you would say love is when two people, a girl and a boy, just decide to love each other and they stay time together and they send little love cards saying, I love you, you're the most beautiful, and they send little hearts on the card. But it's not only that. Love is not to people, and also, people will think that love is to make babies, but that's not true. Love is just made for a girl and a boy that normally just play with their friends of that type of sex. Join together, so two type of sex join together, and so girls and boys have a nicer time together because normally we just fight. You can also say a love for another thing apart from people getting together and animals as well. Animals don't really do all of this dancing around and everything, sending cards to each other, but they still do it. Well, they still get together and they have the babies and everything. And with the lions, it's always the father that's lazy, but who cares? And love is also when you have the food. You can say, I love this type of food. This food is a type of food. For example, I love special chicken, or I love, cannellonis, or chips with steak and things like that. Things that at the moment I can't have because I'm getting better from being sick and Papa and Mummy don't let me, eat all of these nice things. By the way, I also like crepes and some biscuits from Switzerland. But let's not talk about me. Love, when you can love a food, you can also love an animal. For example, I love the wolf, the eagles, the beavers, the marmots, and all of these types of animals, these funny looking little creatures. And apart from saying, I love this animal and things, and I love this, you can also say, like I said before, love food. And the examples I say, which I'm not going to say again because I thought you know what I said. And this love of food isn't really love, oh, I want to have a baby with that, I want to have sex with this type of food. No, you wouldn't have that. And by the way, if it's a steak, you can't have sex with the steak because there will be no baby and there will be no place to put your willy through. But let's not talk about that. That's a bit too adult. Come on. And but it doesn't mean like the people grouping together, the animals grouping together. It's like you loving an animal. Loving a food or an animal means that you like the animal. It's not that you love the thing. It's like you loving your favorite type of food or your favorite type of animal. Well, that's exactly what it is that you like it so much, is that you just don't want to say, I like this animal, because then you'll feel normal. You just want to express this animal just a bit further. So you just say, I love this animal, not in certain of love and hearts and all of this, but in certain of liking and thinking this is a really good animal to study about and things like that. So basically love can be divided into two parts. Into love of being together with a partner and being love of liking.
What is hate?
Hate is the contrary of love. When two people, well, it comes into two sections like love. It's basically the contrary of love. When you hate a person, like a person doesn't like another person, so they'll have a fight. For example, we have little John, and then we have Jonathan. They may have the same name and they may look together probably, but they're not friends, they hate each other and things like that. Sometimes friends have told me that it happens with brothers, but in reality they do love each other in their heart, but sometimes they think negatively about their brother, and then the brother does something that the other brother doesn't like, so they get a bit fed up. But that's not hating the person. It happens to me as well. When my father gets upset with me, I say, well, I hate my father now, but it's not real. It's not real. What I actually mean is that it's just he's got fed up with me, so I'm fed up as well, and I'm a bit sad, so that's a way of expressing it. But real hate, basically, is when a person really hates each other. When a girl or a boy hate each other, it means that they no longer are together. They hate each other, they're never together, they always insult each other. And it can happen with a boy, girl and girl. Some people are not friends because they not necessarily always hate each other. They just don't know each other and they've never been together. But sometimes they know each other, but they're never together because they hate each other. When they hate each other, like I told you before, they insult each other, they have fights, they do all of these things, and they try to get over the thing, like be their lord. Sometimes they'll do that, sometimes they'll not, but the majority of the times when people hate each other, they'll start fighting and things like that. So basically, what I said before is hate is the contrary of love. When I said love of things and the friendship and all of this, that meant that they love each other. And by the way, you can also love your friend. When you have a best friend, it's also like the best food you've ever had. You love him, but you actually just think he's your best friend and he needs better expression. And with the hate, it's the other way around. You think that person in concrete, you think that person exactly should be said in a worse way, so you say, I hate it. It's the same with food and animals. For example, it's not that I hate every single animal, but I hate mosquitoes and I hate spiders, and sometimes I may hate wasps, but when they don't disturb you, you just say, well, just a wasp, who cares? Lots of my friends get scared about them, but there's no problem, because if you just stay still, if he bites you, you just go, oh shit, yeah, who cares? But now, when hate means, oh, I hate this thing, there's no problem if you hate a person, because you'll hate people and you'll love people, and there's no problem, because sometimes you'll become friends and sometimes you won't, and it keeps on changing all the time. So hate always means that basically the contrary of love and liking.
What is good?
Good is when sometimes people say they don't say it's nice, it's good. Well, they always say good. This food is very good. This he has been very good tonight. There's certain meanings of being good, but I'm going to explain two. First one means he's been very good tonight. What means that? What does that mean? Well, I'm going to explain it. Let's put in a sentence. He's been very good tonight. That means that that person should have been a person that was asked to look after probably a smaller boy or girl, and in this concept it has been a boy, because in the sentence it says he has. So now what that is now is that boy has been looked after by another person, and that person is told the father or the mother or whatever he is being asked to look after. And he said he's been very good tonight, because he has been well. He's been running around, and he hasn't done any bad things like break the window or break the camera or something like that. He's been good. He's been reading. He's probably been watching his program. He's been eating probably. Well, he's been doing things he's supposed to be doing. And that brings us to the second concept, which is this thing is very good. Which can also bring us to another concept which divide that concept. One of those concepts is paintings, art basically. You can say that this person has done a very good job on this painting or this sculpture. When you mean good job, that means that you have a thing to do, and then you make it, and then people can say he's done a very bad job or a very good job. When they say a good job, it means that it's nice, it's properly made and things. For example, you tell a person to make a boat for you, then you pay them, and then they make the boat, and you say, I have to say this man or this lady has done a very good job on our boat. And sometimes, and job can also go to another concept, which means job. Well, lots of people are doing jobs now. When you have an adult, you look for a job, and then you work for that company or do your job. You earn money to survive. When you have a job, you do the things that your boss, your superiors ask you to do. And when you say a good job, this is a good job that I'm having. That means that your job that you have, so the job that you're having, so for example, being a barman or a falconer or a biologist like I want to be, and you've tried the job and you say, oh, I think this job is very good. I like it and everything. So Now, there are lots of other ways to explain good, because there are lots of other meanings and concepts for good. So basically, good is a thing that you like and